What's going on, guys? HyperX here, and in this video I want to talk about Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League because finally we actually got some gameplay from the Game Awards. Of course, there were tons of things shown, and this one I was super looking forward to because it's a game that I have liked the sound of since we've seen the cinematic trailers, since we've heard the description for the game, but we haven't seen any gameplay. And of course, whenever that happens, you often do worry. You're just like, how's it going to play? What's it going to look like? But I will say, from what we've seen so far, which admittedly isn't a great deal, this is still a short trailer, and a lot of it is kind of cut together, very sort of super cut, so it's hard to sort of see cohesive gameplay, but we do still get to see some of the stuff in action, and it just looks like a bunch of fun. So in this video, I figured we'd speak a little bit about what we've seen, so if you do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think of this, and let me know if this is something you would play. Like, have you played this sort of game similar to this before? And if you want to see more from it, definitely subscribe and stick around on the channel. But top level, of course, for those of you guys maybe that haven't seen the previous videos, Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League is Rocksteady's new game. Of course, Rocksteady we've known for the Batman Arkham games, but they are now turning their hand to a new title, and of course this does still exist in the same universe, and this time around though you'll be playing in a 4-man squad. We have Harley Quinn, we have Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, and King Shark. And of course in this one, this particular gameplay, it focuses around fighting the Flash. So of course the premise of the game is that of course Brainiac has come in, brainwashed the Justice League, now we've got to go and battle them. That is effectively the premise for it. So in this video it of course starts off just like meeting some of the characters, Captain Boomerang just sort of like chatting on camera. We of course see a load of crazy machines in the city, and then they leap off into gameplay, and already it looks pretty sweet. So we have some nice traversal options that of course are synonymous with the characters. We have Harley Quinn just sort of like diving off the building and swinging around with some sort of like whip / grappling hook. We of course have King Shark seemingly able just to run straight up the building, which looks hella cool. King Shark of course is the character that I would personally play as. We of course see Deadshot flying around using his jetpack, which is super cool, and Captain Boomerang with some fast speed teleportation kind of stuff like that. Now, one of the things that I do really like, just kind of before we jump back into the gameplay, is how the personality for the characters is still hella cool. I mean, this scene where Flash basically dodges the bullets and then speaks to them, I mean, just listen to this again, because the line for this is just hilarious.
Did you get him? Really? Why don't you just mail me the bullet?
But anyway, back to the thing. Basically, I'm just kind of glad that, you know, even though they have been taken over, even though they've been brainwashed, it seems like the heroes still maintain their personality, which is incredibly cool. But in terms of like general gameplay, there's still a lot of stuff we need to sort of discover about this one. Of course, you know, like what the typical team setup is. Like if you play it solo, the rest of them AI controlled, it's kind of drop in, drop out multiplayer. But for the general sort of like gameplay flow, it is one of those, you know, open city squad-based action titles, and it just looks like a bunch of fun. All the different abilities, Deadshot being able to fly into the sky and just use his sniper to kind of like rain down hell from above. Harley Quinn bringing out the baseball bat, putting like bombs and things into people is amazing. King Shark being able to quite literally bite off enemies' heads is nuts, and just using his brute strength and also just wielding a mighty machine gun. I honestly cannot wait to use that. And of course, I'll be honest, Captain Boomerang in the comic book universe, I don't know a great deal about, but seeing him in action in this, he does still look pretty sweet. The ability just to kind of like leap from building to building as well. It's almost in some ways, obviously I expect the combat to be better, but almost in some ways it kind of reminds me back to like DC Universe when I like created a character that could just like run up walls. That was incredibly cool. So kind of think of it maybe more so like 4-player co-op, maybe with the kind of gameplay and the sort of visceral nature of, say, the Arkham games, but with the Suicide Squad in place, effectively. But that's kind of all we got for the time being. I will say that from what I've seen so far, I do like it. I do want to kind of get a better feel for like how things flow completely, because whenever they show gameplay like this with no HUD, no kind of structure, we don't get a complete picture as to like how missions will play out, for example. Like, is it going to be a lot of kind of repetitive stuff where it's just like, hey, go here, kill swarms of enemies, go to the next location, do the same, or will it of course pan out in a slightly more interesting way, assuming of course, I mean, you know, Rocksteady are behind this, they of course have a good history, so I kind of trust them to be able to like put out something really cool, but I do still want to learn a lot more about the gameplay, so of course as and when we do learn more, I'll be sure to keep you guys posted. But for the time being, I like what I've seen. I'm definitely still watching this title. It's definitely still something I'm keen to check out, so as and when we do find out more, then I'll make some more videos. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to catch more from us, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our latest uploads. And if you want somewhere to hang out, play games, or chat all things from games to anime, food to fitness, consider joining the HyperX Gaming Discord.